Hi everyone. In this lesson, I'll demonstrate the Lambda method and why you might want to use it. So in line 1 through 4 here, I'm defining a method named +1, and I'm calling it. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and that first line here will be 2. So lines 6 and 7, I'm calling the method, so I can have a variable +1 proc that will contain the +1 method. Proc is short for procedure. It's an object that wraps up a block of code. Now I actually could have called this variable just +1 as well, instead of +1 proc, and the code would still work, but it's a little confusing when you have both a method and a variable with the same name. Anyway, either way, I'll put it back. I can call the block of code here by calling the call method. So lines 4 and 7 do the same thing. They're both calling the +1 method with an argument of 1 and outputting 2 here. So why are procs useful? Well, it's if you want to do things like the twice method that I've defined starting line 9. Twice will run whatever proc you give it twice. So it feeds the output to the input of the next time it runs it. And we'll use it to run +1 twice, but it could run any proc twice. So as you can see, if we run +1 twice, it will add 1 +1 +1 is 3, so that last line of output is 3. So we haven't used Lambda yet. Lambda is a way to both define a method and convert it to a proc in just one step. It's an anonymous method in that we won't call it besides through the proc. So instead of defining +1 and calling method, like we're doing here on lines 1 through 6, we could just call Lambda directly. So we'll say Lambda, and then give it a block. It's just like calling each method with a block. The block will start with a curly brace, then we list any parameters, x in this case, and then the actual contents of the block, and then curly brace to close the block. Or you could start with do and end with end. So when we run it, we see it works the same, and the code works the same. The advantage of Lambda is that we can write the x + 1 exactly where we want it. So of course we can eliminate this +1 method now since we're not referring to it anymore. In fact, we could even eliminate this variable altogether, this +1 proc variable, and just plug in this Lambda exactly where we want to use it. So as you can see, it enables writing some really compact code. For an even shorter abbreviation, instead of Lambda you can write dash greater than parens, then you list whatever parameters, so in this case x, and then your code inside curly braces.